Happy New Year to all the student, parent and teacher subscribers of Study with Sudhir. I really wish you prosperity, good health and good cheer in all of 2021. May the next 365 days be the best in your life. Now I bring to you today what I call is a unique 25-day tough easy schedule in 2021. And when I say 2021, I'm talking essentially about January/February 2021. And you would have seen that I've marked 3 words out here because I believe these are the key words, right? The tough easy one, the 25-day and the unique part of it. And I'll explain what exactly I mean by this. Now, the good news, of course, is that students of class 10 and 12 now have more time to prepare for their board examinations because they are going to be held only in the month of May. I would assume that just like the CBSE, the ICSE Council would also decide on dates on more or less the same time frame. That is, the CBSE exams are starting on the 4th of May. I would assume that ICSE would also start more or less at the same time. Of course, ICSE has more papers than CBSE students, so it may be a few days here or there. Okay, so the bottom line is that आप सबके पास काफी time है. There is really no reason why any one of you should actually not perform very well in the board examinations, because now you don't have the excuse that we don't have time. You have a good 4 months starting today, the 1st of January. Okay, so what should board exam students do, class 10 and 12? But I would assume that this could also apply even to class 9 and 11 students. You would need to tweak it a little. Now, this is not a timetable where I tell you that you need to get up at 5:30 in the morning, 5:45 to 6:45 chemistry, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock physics. No, I am not doing that. This is really not the time to get into that kind of a schedule, because mentally you would think 4 months are there, I have time on my hands. That kind of a timetable, you know, where we stipulate time is only meant for the last 1 month before the examination, not 4 months before the examinations. I can tell you scientifically that's the way it works. That's the way human psychology exactly works. What I'm suggesting out here is very different from what you would have read or seen in any other video on anywhere on the internet. Now, most of you are going to have pre-board examinations sometime in the month of January. I did a poll on the channel, on the community page, and I was told by about 65%, about 9,600 votes came, so which I think is a good sample. And 65 to 66% of them said that their pre-board examinations are starting between the 4th of January and the 20th of January, right? So which means that for most of January, you are actually having your pre-board examinations. Some 17% said they are having their pre-board examinations only in the month of Feb 2021. Okay, so this part is done. So before or after your pre-boards is what this particular schedule actually focuses on. Okay, now I would assume that if your pre-board examinations, let's say, get over on the 30th of January, I'm just giving a date at random, this 25-day schedule should kick in from the 31st of Jan or from the 1st of February. Okay, the day after your pre-board examinations get over, for students whose pre-board examinations are scheduled for the month of January. Okay, so you do it after this 25-day schedule is for that period, because I know there will be a lot of students who will say, "Arey, hamara abhi hai, baad mein hum kaise karenge," and all that. So I'm kind of trying to cover up all kinds of students. If your pre-board examinations are scheduled for the month of February 2021, or let's say from the 30th of January after Republic Day in January 2021, then this 25-day schedule should kick in before your pre-board examinations. Okay, so I'm covering both set of students. दोनों set of students should not have any problem. आपको कोई दिक्कत नहीं आनी चाहिए. Now, what do I mean by this unique 25-day tough easy schedule for Jan-Feb 2021? Now, before I get into that, if you are having the pre-board examinations in January, I suggest to you that you focus on your pre-boards. If your maths exam is, say, for instance, on the 16th of January, you work towards that. If your history paper is on the 10th of January, you work towards that with whatever time that you have between now and the examinations. Follow the date sheet and try to do your best in these pre-board examinations. That's fine. Okay. Irrespective of whatever you have done so far. But the day your pre-board examinations get over, or for the February batch, what you need to do is to follow this 25-day. Now, this 25-day, I am dividing it into 10 plus 7 plus 3 plus 5. Okay, and I'll explain what is that. Now, the first 10 days are the most important, because I am not asking you, like most people say, first few days, and we had done that in our previous schedule also, but now in the light of advanced and postponed examinations, I am tweaking this a bit to make it more effective for each student, because now we are in January. Because what I want you to do now is to identify your tough chapters in each subject, in each of your 5 subjects, 6 subjects, 10 subjects, 11 subjects. Identify, say for instance, you may have 3 tough chapters in physics. You may have 4 tough chapters in biology. You may find sense organs, nervous system. You may find digestive system or any other system. Those 4 chapters very tough. You may find 3 chapters in chemistry tough. You may find 2 chapters, 2 poems or 2 stories in English literature tough. So identify your tough chapters. Make a list of all the chapters that you find really difficult, or something which you have not studied well enough before, or in the case of those who will be following this sometime in February, if you have not performed well in the pre-board examinations and you know which are the places where you lost marks, identify your tough chapters. उन सभी chapters को आप identify कीजिए, and these will all go into the first 10 days of this 25-day schedule. I intend to take the bull by its horns. कि आप ये, because होता क्या है, if you do subject wise, say let's say I will finish physics, there is a natural tendency, मेरे साथ भी होता था, that you try to do the easy chapters first. You think, okay, मैं easy chapter कर लेता हूं, so that you get a feeling कि मेरा हो रहा है, and by the time you come to the tough chapters, the mind starts resisting, or by that time you are bored with that particular subject. मैं biology पढ़ के बोर हो गया, इसको ये tough chapters of sense organs and nervous system, I will do it 4 days later. Those 4 days never come. So what I intend you to do, what I want you to do, is to look at the first 10 days and finish off all your tough chapters. So that you are, you have finished off most of about 40 to 50% of the bulk chapters of your syllabus. In all the subjects, you have finished, right? 10 days. The 10 days are important, and during these 10 days, I want you to have an 8-hour study schedule. Later on, I will bring it down to 6, but during those 10 days, maintain a 8-hour study schedule daily apart from your online classes, and say, I am going to do this come what may in these 10 days. Okay, now even in these 10 days, don't look at it as full as 10 days, because with the moment you say, oh, mere paas 10 din hai, I have 10 days, the mind sends a signal saying that you can take it easy. Monday, you can do it by Wednesday. No, you fix 48-hour micro targets. Fix micro targets. Out of these 10 days, I know this many chapters I have to do in 10 days. These many tough chapters I have to do in 10 days. Now you divide it. First 2 days, I will do this. Make a combination. 1 chapter of physics, 1 of English, 1 of geography, 1 of biology, 1 of chemistry, whatever be the combination, and say, I will do that in the first 2 days. Those are your micro targets, and fix this 2-day schedule, 48 hours. Then day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, and so on. So by the end of 10 days, you should be able to finish off your tough chapters. Big achievement. Trust me, big achievement. The next 7 days, identify your easy chapters, which are chapters where you are comfortable with, where you have scored well in the pre-boards, in the case of students who will be taking the pre-boards in January and follow this schedule in the month of February. You think, okay, these are easy chapters, I've done them before, I've scored them well, I understand them. You do that in 7 days. The next 3 days, you are going back to the first 10 days schedule. इस 10 day schedule में in case In case if you are not able to finish something off, don't spill it over to the 11th day. Fine, you have not been able to finish. This is your buffer period. 3 दिन का I am giving you a grace period where you can still finish off any of the tough chapters that may still be pending, and you finish it off in the 3 days. By 20th day, you have finished off most of the portion. The next 5 days, you will do a re-revision of again concepts or chapters where you think you have not been able to do well, or use these 5 days depending on how effectively you have used the first 20 days in order to test yourself. इसको आप टेस्ट करने के लिए इस्तेमाल कीजिए, use them to test, but it's quite possible that even in this 20 days you may not be able to finish. Then you can use 2 days or 3 days out of this 5 days to finish off pending parts or things. Okay, I studied this particular chapter, optics padha, electricity padha, samajh mein nahi aaya. Again, go back to it in these 5 days to see how you can kind of address those problems. So these 3 and 5 days are a buffer period, testing period to cover up lost ground. 25 days, I can tell you from experience, more than enough for any board student, 9th class, 10th class, 11th class also, to actually finish it. 12th, of course, is a slightly different ball game if you are preparing especially for NEET or JEE, but students who are not preparing for any of those entrance examinations, you can definitely follow this particular schedule. 25 days is a lot of time, and use those 25 days well. Don't think mere paas March, April bhi hai. The moment you do that, you are slipping into dangerous territory. Because what will happen, I am not saying that whatever you do in these 10 days you will remember. March and April will be re-revision time, because unless you do 3 to 4 solid revisions, you will be in trouble during the board examinations. So ensure that you are absolutely top of your game before the board exams start on the 4th of May. As I said, you do not have an excuse to do poorly in the board examinations. So that will be the schedule, that by the end of the 25th day, you should be able to finish off all the syllabus in a very, very effective manner. Okay, so that's my schedule. Please write in to let me know whether this will work for you. I do believe that this tough and easy kind of way of approaching different subjects will actually be more effective and more efficient way of finishing your syllabus by the end of February. Those who are having their pre-boards in February, do this in January so that you can really do very well in the pre-boards in the month of February, and then we will revisit this in March to see what are the lessons learned and how you can effectively improve upon, and in March we'll come up with a totally different way of approaching the entire revision schedule. So that's it. All the best to you. Enjoy yourself, and while you're enjoying, also study. In fact, I would say study by enjoying yourself. The burden will seem that much less. Thank you very much for watching.